Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in today's video is actually going to be like a quick video. I want to give you guys a little bit of an update on the Vita Vea injury. A lot of people were asking me about it in the comment section when I was live on Sunday. A lot of people were talking about this, and they want to make sure that Vita Vea is okay. I'm here to basically alleviate some of your concerns. Now, a lot of this was already reported by guys like Greg Allman, like Rick Stroud, like the Pewter Report and all these guys, and that's kind of where I'm generally getting this information from. But to give you guys a little bit of an update on this situation, Vita Vea is he's fine. He's fine. Let's get that out of the way. He's fine. Apparently right now the diagnosis is like a calf strain is what a lot of people are thinking it is. The Buccaneers aren't considering it that serious. There was a lot of panic, not a lot, but there was some panic going through the fan base here on the channel and then in other places because he was limping, and then it was bad to the point where they had to wrap it up, his leg that is, and then they had to take him away on a cart. Again, it's not that serious. Usually whenever you think of like, oh, the cart has to come out, you think like he can't walk under his own power. He did walk under his power for a little bit prior to the cart coming out, but I assume that it just was like too uncomfortable for him, and he said, okay, just get the cart so we don't want to like, make this worse. You know what I mean? So right now a calf strain, that's really good. That's really good considering how it could have been a large range of things. It could have been some type of really bad tear. It could have been like a broken shin, maybe something like that. I'm not a doctor. I don't really know leg injuries that well, but it could have been something even worse. So right now, they're expecting it's going to take maybe a week or two for him to get healed up, at least to the point where he can start practicing in a less limited basis. But the Bucs have come out and basically confirmed, like, yeah, we're going to take this real easy all up until week 1 versus the New Orleans Saints, which I feel is very unfortunate because I really wanted to see Vita Vea go all out in these practices and all out in preseason games, which unfortunately doesn't seem like we're going to be able to get that. It seems like he's going to be on a limited basis for the most part. I think to start he'll probably be going around like 75%, and then like at most before week 1 we might see him be at like 85 to 90%, which again, that sucks because we're gonna be missing Vita Vea for these, not completely missing him, but we're missing a chunk of Vita Vea for these training camps. He's our former most recent first round pick. He's a big man. You want to see him. You want to see him go up against like guys like Alex Kappa and guys like Ali Marpet and Donovan Smith. It's just good, and it's unfortunate that this has happened. Thankfully, he's not out for a considerable amount of time. Thankfully, this is a pretty minor injury, all things considered. But looking at our depth chart, honestly, this is kind of an injury that we have cushion to deal with, especially considering like preseason games and whatnot. Not having Vita Vea there, we still will have some options. William Golston can slide inside. Jason Pierre-Paul and Vinny Curry have both been able to slide inside, especially in recent rotations and lineups and stuff like that. They've been kind of sliding him inside more. And even then, you still have guys like Bo Allen, who's going to be specifically a defensive tackle. You have Mitch Unrein, who is very underrated in my opinion, who's going to be sliding in and out and getting more playing time in these training camps. So the Bucs are prepared for a very minor injury like this. They have the depth. So if Vita Vea does need to take some more time off, if he does somehow, by some terrible luck, miss week 1, we'll have the depth to deal with this kind of injury. Now, I want to talk about some other stuff involving this moving forward. It's unfortunate because it takes away some of the time that he might have to learn the system, and kind of get these reps. I'm not saying it's gonna like really affect his playing time and whatnot, and like his ability in terms of playing on this defense, but it is kind of unfortunate because you're sitting out some of this practice time. You already missed basically what, 3/4 of a practice, and now you potentially are going to be missing a couple more practices. You're going to be missing some preseason reps. I'm not saying that, I'm definitely for sure not saying that like, oh, your roster spot's in jeopardy, or your even your depth chart position spot is in jeopardy. I still think he's probably the number 3 defensive tackle behind Bo Allen. But I do think it's unfortunate because, especially since Vita Vea is a rookie, he's going to be missing some of that valuable time learning the defense and, getting some of these reps against NFL caliber offensive linemen, and just really learning the system and being able to grow and adapt is kind of hinders that a little bit, which sucks because now he's gonna possibly have more of these growing pains, which won't be good. I do expect Vita Vea, if the doctors do tell him, like, hey, you probably shouldn't walk on this leg that much, maybe take it easy in practice, maybe only work for portions of practice, because that's happened before where they tell certain players, like, hey, okay, you can only do a couple of these drills, but then you can't do like the really intense stuff, intense. You can't do the stuff where you have to move around a whole lot. So when he's not doing that, we'll still see Vita Vea there. I think he'll just be glued to either around Gerald McCoy, like he's been. A lot of Bucs fans have pointed out to me, like, he's kind of been glued to Gerald McCoy for most of this time, which I love that a lot. Or he'll be standing right next to Brenston Buckner pretty much the entire portions of practice that he won't be able to participate in, because he's just going to try and soak up as much information as he can. I'm sure he'll be asking questions throughout the drills. He's going to be doing as much as he can just to continue to learn and continue to soak up as much information as he can, and that's what he has to do. If the doctors tell him, like, you shouldn't do this because it's gonna continue to re-aggravate your injury and whatnot, then you have to at least take notes, pay attention to the information you're given. You can't just sit there and say, well, if I'm injured, I guess I'm just not gonna, be around, I guess I'm just gonna chill. You can't just chill. You have to be able to sit there next to the defensive line coach and say, hey, how did that guy, do you have any tips about how these guys are doing this? And, how's this guy doing this? And, hey, Gerald, how'd you do that move? How can I do that move? Like, nothing crazy. You're not going all out, because, again, you don't want to re-hurt your leg. But, just making sure that you're able to still soak up information while you're at these practices, even at preseason games. That information is very valuable. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much your update on the Vita Vea injury. Calf strain, nothing too serious. Should be fine. I think he'll be fine. We'll still be seeing him at the training camps and whatnot. He obviously won't be going at 100% because of this calf strain, and it sounds like the Bucs aren't going to fully put him in 100% mode until week 1, which is very unfortunate because I know a lot of you guys wanted to see Vita Vea. I personally wanted to see Vita Vea a lot, and now we won't see, 1, a fully healthy Vita Vea, and 2, if he is fully healthy, at least he thinks he's fully healthy, we're still not going to see him at 100% during these practices and during these preseason games because the Bucs aren't going to want to risk it, which again makes sense, but it sucks. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think about the injury down in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed the analysis I was able to give to you guys. Hopefully it helped you come to an understanding with this situation. And, just let me know what you think about the channel going so far. We're going strong with the content. I did a couple of live streams for the training camp, and I just did recently the first episode of my Bucs training camp journey. So if you want to check out all that, that's on the channel. It'll probably be in the eye icon on the top right of the screen as well. I actually have a question for you guys. Should I open a Patreon page? I don't think I need to. I really don't. I just don't think it's necessary at all. And I think it's, it's probably not necessary in my opinion. But somebody was asking about that in a comment earlier on, if I had a Patreon page. And honestly, I don't really know what Patreon is. I know you have to give like rewards to people who give out monthly payments and whatnot, which is weird to me. I don't think, I don't really think that giving money to this is necessary. So I don't know. It's just a question I want to ask you guys and get your opinions on that. I don't really think it's necessary, but I'd love to hear your opinions on that and just overall your opinion on how Bucs training camp is going so far. Really fun, having a really fun time on the channel so far. Got to meet Antonio this past couple of days. I hope to meet some of you guys in the training camps moving forward. I know there's going to be a lot of stick carriers on the one on August 4th. So it should be a lot of fun. It should be a lot of fun. Again, let me know what's going on with, how your guys' opinions on everything in the comment section below. And yeah, as always, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. And as always, I'll see you in the next video or live stream. But until then, goodbye for now, guys. And as always, go Bucs.